guess. I am very late with getting this, or very early. I don't know. I cannot for the life of me figure out when this ban list could probably drop. Trying to look up like the times of any of these events, and the website is telling me practically nothing. I don't know when this is gonna drop. Probably like the next YCS event to happen or whatever, which is like somewhere in August. That's I don't know. I think on my notes here it was like either late July or early August. Again, I have no idea when Worlds is. I think it's like towards the end of August, so could probably get one before then, or we'll get one afterwards. It'll suck to get one after Worlds, but it's just whatever. Let's just go ahead and jump straight into this band section. Not band section. I'll start with the unlimiteds first because gotta save the more exciting parts for last. Alright, unlimited. Basically, anything that went to 2 last list, or went from 1 to 2 last list, is going to 3. Is anybody really surprised by this? No, these could have went straight to 3. Nothing would have happened. Especially with the Snake Eye cards, like Bonfire to 1 and these to 2, honestly was a worse hit than having these at 1 with 3 Bonfire. But yeah, they're at 3. Nothing's really gonna change. OSS ban quite literally took out like N plus starters out of this deck. Anyways, let's go to semi-limits. Alright, so I have 1 card going from 1 to 2, and that is Zodiac Barrage. Only reason I have just 1 card is because Konami is very slow at taking multiple cards off the list. In fact, I could easily name several cards that could come off the list and would do absolutely nothing. But MBT has already done that, so you know I don't need to reiterate that further. I think just the 1 random card is going to be Barrage. Make the like 2 remaining Zoo players happy, I guess. Anyways, now for cards going from 3 to 2. Alright, so this probably looks a lot like a wish list now, but just hear me out. So Mitsurugi does have to get addressed in some way, shape, or form because it is like everywhere basically. It's like me too this, me too that, because I know limiting prayers is like big to them. Limiting Habakiri is kind of like just whatever. From the last ban list we got, Konami looks like they are going to experiment more with the semi-limit lists more, so I feel like they're going to put these 2 cards to 1, Habakiri and prayers. Nothing else to say on that. And might be a very controversial take, but putting all the Charmers to 2. The Charmers were fine when people were dropping just Fuelos on you, but now that we're dropping like Fuelos, Meowls, and or Purulia, both within the same turn, low-key makes it very hard to play. Almost like very reminiscent of Maxi. But it's like, do you limit slash ban one of these cards? Do you like maybe putting them to 2 would be a good way to like balance them out a little bit. Make it like slightly harder to draw like multiples of these in the opening hands. Now, could people just play all 6 of these? They could. They very easily could. However, maining Malice though, let's stop being from maining 9 Charmies right now. Like, I could very easily have gotten these wrong. You guys can point and laugh at me when the ban list does drop and these guys are at 3 still. Anyways, let's go to the limits. Alright, for unbanned cards, 100%, not clickbait, for real this time. Summon Sources is getting unbanned. She just finally got her errata in battles. There's no way she doesn't get unbanned. If she doesn't get unbanned, I will drop the biggest crash out video of all time. Like almost on par with my I don't like series that I don't do anymore, because generating crash out is hard. And then I keep saying this for every list, I'm a filthy pendulum player. This 100% is just wish list right here. Honestly, would do absolutely nothing. Pendulums suck. They lose to literally any deck that you're playing. If your deck can just put something in the pen zone, you win. Literally Exodia. And now for stuff going, I guess technically from 2 to 1, the rest of the Malice starters, it was hard to figure out like what 1 card can you point at and say ban? None of them. There's not a single card you could point out and say ban that doesn't kill the deck or do nothing to the deck. So, and to be fair, Malice is a deck that just has a huge silver bullet, so you really need to ban anything. I mean, you could ban White Binder, but then that just like cripples the deck. It's like almost on par with OSS ban, except it doesn't like the way all your start. It'd be the equivalent of banning Flamber's Dragon. Like, you still got all that consistency there. However, you do lose a very crucial combo slash end board piece, which who knows. Maybe White Binder ban doesn't kill Malice. If not, that means that there's more White Binders people are willing to get rid of for my White Binder collection. Anyways, let's get to the funny haha bans. I'm probably going to get a lot of blame for this one. Alright, right off the bat, before you guys go to the comments and start calling me racial slurs, hear me out. Barrier statue, honestly, ban all of these barrier statues. Ain't no reason any of these cards need to be printed. Like, what is the purpose of this thing existing. Whatever Konami was on when printing cards like this, give me some, because I trying to think about why these exist. It's just, it hurts my brain sometimes. Now, Risor 100% is going to adjust this list. How are they going to do it? I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. So one card I definitely can point at and say is X Risor. So why X Risor? Why are we banning this one? Now, I will say you could also ban this and then put the rest of the Risor names back to 3. That's perfectly fine. It's just Konami is gonna realize that like a list or two later and be like, oh, we should put these to 3 because they're slow. I mean, take a look at what they're doing at Time Wizard events. These guys are like slow in the head. Seriously, it can't be this hard to run a business, right? All you have to do is just have it and then just be stupid and all is well. Anyways, so ban X Risor. Now, you could also alternatively ban Aggregator and Twins, but like, why ban 2 cards when 1 card do trick? I'm just saying. But X Risor represents a starter, extender, and a breaker. I mean, how many times have you heard the phrase X Risor checks my board? This card kind of does a lot. It's good going second. It's good going first to make your detonator sticky. You can impermanent the opponent's like, all right, I'm gonna pop detonator with detonator, and then detonator come back because of Eclipse Twins, and then detonator attach another thing. And it's like, well, your imperm has effectively gotten rid of 1 card. Now, I feel like this is definitely the only hit Risor would need, and would probably make it less infuriating. Alternatively, you could ban the Duo Drive instead, but that doesn't really accomplish too much. I think X Risor ban just tones down like the power that Risor has and being able to just, you know, oh, I'm gonna like start my plays, break your board, and yeah. All right, enough about this card. Why Fiendsmith's Requiem? Now, I could 100% be wrong about this, but let's just take a look at some of the Rarity collections we've had before, right? Rarity 1, we had Baron and Savage reprint. What happened on the list after that? Banned. Gone. No more. Rarity Collection 2, we got Appaloosa and IP Masquerena reprints. They looked really good. What happened on the ban list near that? Appaloosa? Banned. Gone. No more. Rarity Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity Collection Bonanza, whatever it's called. Reprinted like, what was it? Diabell Star, Wanted, Lambert's Dragon. That didn't need to be reprinted, but whatever. You also had those reprints in the Megatons. Yeah, so what happened to Snake Eyes after that? Well, they didn't touch anything that was in the set specifically. They looked at OSS, which held the entire deck together, and just said, no more. Snake Eyes dead. So here we are with Rarity Collection Stampede. We just had a bunch of stuff get reprinted. Notably, we had Engraver reprinted, as well as Desiree. Now Requiem, Lacrima, and what's the other card? The Spell Track all like shot up in price, but like that's not Konami's concern. Like you guys could have gotten that for like $6-7 a pop, but you snooze, you lose. They're banning it because Rarity Collection curse. Do I think they should do this? Absolutely not. I am fine with the Fiendsmith package. The only slight issue is just, you know, 2 guys is Fiendsmith combo, which I guess makes sense. Banning Moon kind of does that, but then it's like, well, we kind of can't make any generic light link 2 fiends anymore because of this card. I don't know. I think Konami's gonna be mean and ban this card, because when has Konami ever been like, you know, smart about their decisions? They just look at a card and they say ban, and that's all I got for this Banlist prediction. I don't know when this is gonna drop. I'll probably put like August or July in the title or whatever. If you guys think I'm wrong, or if you guys want to see if I'm wrong, stupid, when the ban list does drop, make sure you like and subscribe to this video so you can, you know, point and laugh at me later. Also, share this video with your friends if you want them to get on the pointing and laughing at me later when this thing drops. And join my Discord server too, because I have a Discord server. You should join it. And until next time, I'll catch you bozos in the next one. 10 best deck, baby.
Unbanned, had a resurrection, my life is yours.